Black cake, a real Guyanese delicacy, and at Christmas, it becomes a must-have. Famous for its uniquely dense texture, rich and robust taste, and dark color, this highly treasured fruitcake evolved from a British plum pudding to being revered at Christmas and weddings in Guyana. Made with mostly local fruits, its dark appearance gives the look of a chocolate cake. The fruit mixed with wine or rum and aromatic spices gives the black cake an unbeatable place at the top of the cake chain. Today, we will be making black cake the traditional way with 72 years old Gwendolyn Bourne.
Hello all, happy holidays to you. I'm here with Auntie Gwendolyn Cecilia Bourne is her name, and she's 72 years old. And the reason why we chose to do this black cake with her is because she's going to take us through the traditional method of making black cake. And as you know, black cake is a staple at Christmas. It's something everyone go crazy for. And I know that when she makes this black cake the traditional way, it will be something of nostalgia because Auntie Gwenny, I know you've been making black cake for a long time, but when did you start making? Can you remember when you started making black cake?
In the 40s, when I was 40 years old.
In the 40s?
Yes, when I was 40 years old.
Okay.
That is in about 1991.
That's when you start making it?
Yes.
But as a little girl growing up in the countryside where you grew up in, was it Mahaika you grew up?
Lancaster, Unity Lancaster.
Yeah, did you make black cake back then?
No, I had a bigger sister. And she used to do it along with my grandmother.
Okay, and you used to watch them?
Watch them, yes.
Yeah. But how did you learn to make it? Where did you get the recipe from to learn to make black cake?
I just see my grandparents and my sister mixing and doing everything, and I just watch and I keep it in my head.
Okay. You have, is there like a secret family recipe to your black cake?
No, secret family recipe.
Okay, it's just, you just go about it the traditional way.
Traditional way.
Yeah. Are there any specific areas that you would want to shop like your fruits from, or are there specific places that you get the best from?
No, long ago we used to make fruits with soury and
Carambola?
yes, carambola. We used to make fruits with that. And these are fruits we used to preserve and then use it at Christmas. We used to do it early in the year.
Okay. And what are the best fruits to use for black cake though? What do you think is the best local fruits?
Well, we got the, I can't remember the local fruits as a sale right now. That's the best fruits everybody using.
Okay, okay. And well, we see you have all the ingredients here, and so I'm gonna get up, and I will let Son, your son, we call him Son, Ranoli, come in and sit with you. But I know that you're a good cook because I've known you for a number of years, and I know that you're a very, very good cook. And you worked at the Watercress Hotel for many years, which I'm going to talk to you about later on. Yeah. But where did you learn the art of cooking?
Just watching my grandparents.
Just work, yeah.
And my aunt, because after my mother died, we came to town and grew with our grandmother and aunt.
Okay.
And her children.
Yeah.
And so we just watched what they doing. As I was eager to learn how to cook, so always in the kitchen, I was there in the kitchen.
Okay.
And this is how I learned to cook.
All right. So now that you know, what was it about black cake though and Christmas? What is it about black cake and Christmas?
Oh, really? I never really asked them, but I know everybody just crave for black cake.
Okay.
We're making 2 pounds of black cake. We use 6 pounds of fruits, mixed fruits, 2 pounds of butter, 2 pounds of sugar, 2 pounds of flour, a little baking powder, some pound spice, nutmeg, make a little nutmeg in it, and this is orange peel.
Okay. And I see you got a bottle extra mature rum there. Is that for us to take a drink while you're making this cake?
No, it's to go into the cake.
Oh,
Some to go into the cake. And when the cake is finished, when it come out of the oven, you throw some on top of it. And that will be it.
But let me ask you this. Let's say someone is not using alcohol and they don't, you know, they don't want alcohol in the cake, basically they'll use alcohol. What can you use then? Do you have to use the alcohol, or is there any other alternative, or you can leave it without?
No, you got to use either wine or rum.
Okay.
Wine or rum.
And and if somebody's not using alcohol, they can leave it without.
Leave it without.
Okay. All right.
First thing, the butter. Take out the butter.
So that is how much sugar, right?
Yeah,
that is
this is a pound.
1 pound of sugar.
So it's 2 pounds of sugar. A pound of sugar to a pound of cake.
Okay.
So if you're making a 2-pound cake, you have to have 2 pounds of sugar.
So we have 2 pounds of butter and 2 pounds of sugar.
And 2 pounds of flour.
Okay.
Then you have to cream the butter and the sugar until the sugar is melted.
So this is some hard work now.
And heat go melt the sugar. We normally, when it starts getting smooth, we start breaking the eggs in it. And there's mussels, a lot of mussels.
So this is 12 eggs here, so we need another 6 after that.
Yes.
So we're going to add that for now.
Yes, you can add that. Now, when we have cake mixer, you have to mix it with your hand. A cake mixer. You got to do it with your hand the right way. Just when we start getting smooth already. You feel any heavy grains. Then start it. Sure, you
making black cake.
I'm glad you know. That's why everybody likes it. It's hard work.
Sounds like you need to buy another cake mixer.
Oh, yeah. Use cake mixer.
Okay. Yeah, traditional way.
I know what cake mixing means. I used to do it with my hand.
So how is that consistency looking in now, Auntie Gwenny?
Yes, it's getting smooth. You're not feeling, you're not hearing the grains.
Okay. So this is a lovely fluffy texture now.
Just of the milk.
Yeah. This is the butter, the sugar, and the eggs, and it has a really lovely consistency.
Yeah.
Ronoli really worked his arms off. So what are we doing now?
We're putting in the fruits.
We're going to be adding the fruits. And how much pounds of fruits you have here?
6 pounds. 3
6
pounds of fruit, a pound of black cake.
Okay, so we're going to be adding the fruits to this mixture now.
This is local fruits.
Local fruits.
Okay.
In border market. Auntie from and go to the market. The torch start. The torch start from Regent Street. Indian lady. She said that she made it herself. And from the smell of it, it smells fresh.
You know, sponge cake is be real light, but that's why we use fruits to get it compact.
Okay, so that give it. Oh, so that give it that robust.
Yes, yes.
Texture. That thick texture.
Smell like it has been preserved.
Yes.
Okay.
With alcohol.
Yeah. Okay.
So
You can't put too much.
there's no
Go through some
black
bottle.
cake without alcohol.
It's no black cake.
Because I think the alcohol is used so that it
Keep it as a preservative.
It preserves.
Yes, it keeps longer. Fruit smell nice. Smell real good, auntie. Auntie, people gotta come at you and buy your fruits. Nah, I ain't break my finger. You see how the fruits change the color of the mixture?
It's stiff. Once you send the flour,
When the flour away. You know, it got to be compact. Black cake is not for cut and fall down.
cut and stop.
Stand up.
So what are we gonna add the flour to this now?
Flour is the last thing I did.
Okay.
You have to put in the orange peel.
Orange peel. How much of that are we gonna put? The entire pack?
Put half of it.
Half of that. What is it? How much is that, son?
20 grams.
20 grams. So you're gonna put 10 grams,
10 grams
of orange peel.
orange peel. Okay. Good.
That's about 10 grams.
Then you put in the spice.
That's the ground spice.
Yeah, to do cinnamon spice. You gotta
Yeah.
put all of that.
Grounded cinnamon spice. Yeah.
All the spice. It's 2-pound cake, you know. All the cinnamon spice.
And get the arms back to work.
No.
So we're gonna add some cake coloring now.
Cake coloring to give it the color, the dark color. Give it the darkness.
So you average the amount of cake coloring
yes,
you put
average it.
here.
You average how dark you want it. But the only piece mixing the coloring properly into the cake. Good, that would be it. Add some of this. Now the last thing is the flour and the baking powder.
So you add in some of the rum before.
Yes, before. When we add some rum, people.
You see, it's true too. You like this.
Okay.
Yeah. Throw it in. Good, that's it.
You see that put the essence?
Yes, I know you gotta put the essence. Trim the essence now. To cut the roundness. Mix. Now yes, stiff now. Black cake.
I'm going to the oven just.
You want one?
I'm going to light up the oven just now.
Yeah, you need to preheat the oven, no?
The last thing you put in is the baking powder.
How long does it have to sit for?
No, as soon as you finish with the baking powder, you can throw it into the pan.
Okay.
And then you go into the oven because that'll take a good time in the oven.
Okay. So when the spoon stands like that,
That is all
the
right.
consistency is
Everything
great.
is all right.
Okay, great.
If it fall down, I don't want some more flour. or
Okay.
something. Most is with flour, it want some more.
So now we transfer this to the pan.
To the pan.
Okay. So the pan has been oiled and dusted
then
with flour.
Dusted with flour,
Yeah,
yes.
so that the cake mixture wouldn't stick.
Thick, that's
Yeah.
right.
This is the biggest one?
Oh, be careful.
So the cake has finished mixing, Auntie Gwenny. It's in the oven now. About how long that cake has to be in there for?
Half an hour,
About 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Yeah. You know, you grew up in the countryside in Lancaster Village on the East Coast. What was it like growing up? What year were you born?
1951.
1951. As a little girl growing up in the 50s in Lancaster, what was Christmas like back then in Lancaster?
What must I say? Everybody's just glad that Christmas is coming. They have the toys to go and see Santa Claus. To exchange gifts. We usually exchange gifts with neighbors. And they come over by us. And we go over by them. We exchange cake. Sometimes they don't really know to make cake, so we would give them cake and they would give us whatever they make.
And it was a close-knit community, right?
Yes.
Everybody had respect for each
Yes,
other.
yes, it was a mixed community too, Indians and Negroes.
Yeah.
And everybody had respect. Auntie Brenda, Auntie, yes, and we would call it family by auntie. We would never say full mouth, a cashier this body, auntie this and uncle that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. What were some of the things that you like? Some of the food that you look forward to as Christmas time when you were a little girl growing up in Lancaster? Whatever you could have afforded, what is it that you look forward
Pepper pot.
to? Pepper pot.
Yeah, the main dish.
Okay.
Pepper pot. And at the time, my mother would bake a cake. The cake is, you must have the cake. And then she would bake chicken, and she would cook. But they didn't have fried rice and those things. They would mostly cook curry chicken or stewed chicken, them things.
Yeah. Now that you're retired,
Yeah.
what is a typical day like for you now? What do you do?
No, well, the owner's son, one of the owner's son, he opened a caravan right next to Watercrest.
Oh, this is where Watercrest Hotel used to be that you used to work?
Yes, well, he did this part because King's by the hotel. So, myself and others, we prepare things for the caravan.
Okay. But when you worked at the Watercrest Hotel, what year you started working at Watercrest Hotel?
1994.
1994. It was around a lot of famous cricketers used to go
Yes,
to Watercrest.
of course,
Who were
of
some of the
course.
famous cricketers you met?
Nagamutu,
The two Nagamutu brothers?
yes. Mahendra and
Vishal.
Vishal. You had Percival, Andrew Percival. You had this boy that owned this place in Sheriff Street. So everything name.
Travis Dowling.
No, not Dowling. Yeah, we had Travis Dowling. We had some from Mexico, but I wasn't so much acquainted with their names. There's Kush, Lennox Kush.
Lennox Kush, yes.
And then,
The Chinsami brothers.
Yes, Chinsami, yes,
Because
yes.
I'm thinking, who were the players that played on the 19 around that
Yes,
time? There was Bevan Butts.
And then, yes.
The Chinsami brothers.
Yes.
You met the Danny Rams too, right?
Yes, I met Danny Rams. I met a lot of cricketers.
So you and Shiv Narayan Chand Paul comes from almost the same village.
Yes, just a background separation from Lancaster.
Yeah.
Very
You
well.
know him as a kid?
No, I don't know him, but my children know him because they used to play cricket together. German used to play cricket with Shiv Narayan Chandra Paul.
Yeah.
But Shiv Narayan Chandra Paul's grandmother and my mother were good friends. because my mother going to cook roti, and she used to cook roti for her, and she couldn't cook up. My mother used to go cook up for her.
And that is how the community lived,
Yes.
closely knit.
Yes.
And that was such a lovely way to live back, you know,
Yes.
that has to be what's happening now in our society.
that's
I want to
now.
ask you something. You put a little bit of rum in the black cake.
Yeah.
You ever see anybody get drunk on black cake?
No, I never see anybody get drunk, but they just like to taste this rum flavor. Never see anybody get drunk, or wine, rum or wine, anyone else you do.
Okay, okay. What goes well when you're eating black cake? What goes well with black cake? What beverage goes well with black cake?
Ginger beer,
Ginger beer.
of course.
It is why it's such a.
Yeah, ginger beer and black cake.
All right. So well, you know what? Next time we're gonna make ginger beer. Obviously, Ronoli will have to be doing the grating of the ginger because so he's gonna be working again with us.
Yes.
But Ronoli, why don't you come over here? I want to talk to you about cricket. You know.
Yes, we try
Yeah,
to
come and
think
sit.
of-
Come sit next. Come see if we could fit in next to mom here. You come down more.
He call me.
Okay, okay.
You'll
See if we
find why you come
Or
between
let's
them.
sit on the chair handle.
Chair
Come on.
handle.
Yeah. So Ronoli here,
Sorry,
you know,
cricket.
all of these cricketers that you met and all of that, and I know these guys from the under 19 days, but Ronoli here, your son, as a matter of fact, I had to remind him today that he was just under 9. He was about 9 or 10 years old when I started training him in cricket in the yard when we used to live back in Kitty. He was just a little kid back then, and I would be bowling to him for hours sometime. And then he asked me today. He said, "Do you remember you used to call me?" And I couldn't remember. What's the name I used to call you?
Ganguly.
I
Ganguly.
used to call him Saurav Ganguly.
Yes.
Indian captain.
Yeah, but Ronoli, we call you son. Everybody knew your son. I remember that year when you made the Guyana on the 19 squad. Everybody, the whole family was happy and everything like that. I remember I said, yes, he's going to do it. And what happened, man? Take me through what happened.
It was a tragedy in other words, you know. I mean, at that point in time, my career was as a peak. You know, I was doing so well, and like you said, the entire family had high hopes for me in terms of going out there and be successful, like I was making myself proud and the country proud. But unfortunately, yes, the person in charge, the one above, had things differently set out for me.
Take me through the process. Take me through the process. I know you had a severe injury that took you out of the tournament. Take me through the process. What happened that day, man?
Well, it was a game. It was an inter-county game. Demoir was against Borbeats. Yes, and myself along with a guy named Elon Fernandez. We were batting, started building a partnership. It was going fine. I think I had like about 30 something runs. Yeah, batting along with him, trying to get Demoir to victory. And I hit the ball down to third man, and while I was coming back for the second run, that was it. All I can remember is that I was trying to get into the crease, and the bat actually stuck in the pitch, and I went over and I fell. Tried getting up, and that's when I realized that something had happened. I couldn't move this leg, the right leg. When I went to the doctor, then I was told that the femur bone, I would have broken. I had broken the femur bone, my right femur bone. So, and that was it, basically.
Wipe up and then you continue. Yeah. So when you broke your femur bone that year, that was basically the
That was it.
that was the end
Of it.
of everything that you ever hoped for. Was that it?
Well, For me, I would say it wasn't totally the end, but it also opened an avenue, a new avenue for me, right? In which I start taking my studies more serious, because I mean, it's not that I never used to do my work. I wasn't, a wayward child or what's not while I was playing the game, but I just take it more serious and but told myself, well, if this don't happen for me, I need to have an option, right? So I can't depend. This accident, even though I didn't like appreciate it or what's not, I didn't want it to happen because cricket was it for me, right? It taught me an important lesson, right? One thing, you can't set your mind to one thing all the time, because if it don't work out, you need to have a backup plan or something. Your life shouldn't stop right there just because this don't work out, right? So, and like I said, I took my studies more serious and stuff. And today I'm actually a teacher, head of department at Dolphin Secondary School, Allied Arts. And like I said, that wasn't, probably cricket wasn't for me, but definitely look out for Bourne. I have a son, and definitely he's going to play cricket.
Okay, great. But you're also a West Indies level 2 coach.
Yeah.
So, well, I wish you luck on that. Let me ask you. I know you're young. You have a young family, a daughter and a son, and you and your wife are living here with your mom. Tell me about the progress that you're seeing in Guyana. How has it impacted you? How has anything really changed your life of recent as it relates to the development in this country?
Basically, I would say the road, the infrastructure, the opening of the highway, it is great help, not only to me, but
Thousands of people?
everybody, especially in the diamond community, right? Because like I was saying earlier that before you have to wake up so early to get be out of here by at least by 6:30 just to get the children to school, and also to reach the school on time, because you don't want the children to be in the classroom before you or what's not. Right now it's a matter of like 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, and I'm done in town. So I must say that is a very good something that would have happened for the diamond community.
Auntie Gwenny, you growing up in the countryside in the 50s, knowing where Guyana was, and then you look at what's happening now with all these buildings and so on, it's a vast difference.
Vast difference. These big buildings and so many.
Yeah.
In the country, you don't have so many big buildings. Any big building you got in the country is either a hospital or a school.
Yeah, now.
Yeah, so now you got different things.
And the explosion that is happening in this country is happening so rapidly. I believe, and I've always been saying this, that we are the promised land now. We are the land of opportunities.
Of course it is.
So much is happening. So much is happening in Guyana that we are really zoning in on some great things. But what are some of the major changes that you have seen happening? That you think is really does well for the country?
I like the opportunity that the young people have now, learning and games like cricket, football. Those are good opportunities for the youths. Keep them off of the road, because most of them going into drugs. And I don't tolerate that.
Okay. Ronoli, what would you, as a young teacher, as a young man with a young family, what would you like to see being implemented by the government to make things even better for you? Look, we've had all of these things happening, but what else would you like to see?
for me as a teacher, I think that teaching is a very important job, right? As everyone would say, that a teacher creates all the other occupations, right? So for me, I would say I don't want to sound as though I'm selfish, but I can only speak as a teacher.
That's right.
Right? So for me, I would say that I think teachers should have better package from the government, probably in terms of housing arrangement. Because like you said, I have a young family and what's not. And me having a home, that would be one of the greatest achievements for me.
Okay.
Right? So I think that as a teacher, probably a better package that the government can actually offer us. And like I mentioned, a home, a vehicle, and these kinds of things. More comfort in the profession. Attractive packages whereby we can actually see more males as part of the profession. Because as I said, males as leaders or males missing from a home, it's 90 or 99% of the time, it's negative that goes on in the home.
Okay.
So if we have more male teachers, I think it would be even better for the country.
And as a young Guyanese, you know, out of the, let's leave the teaching profession aside, but as a young Guyanese, what are some of the things you'd like to see implemented urgently to really change things in this country?
Like I said, in this country, well, it's developing. The country is developing, but all in all, I think people, as generally, I think everybody wants to be happy, right? And everybody's going to have different ways in terms of how they're going to be happy, right? So for me, like my mother had mentioned her mother and Shivnarain Chandrapal mother or aunt or what's that, how they used to exchange and one can do and one helping the other do whatever they can do. I think unity is something that we would need, right? And in terms of bringing the people together, I recognize that sports is one of the ways that we can actually bring people together or what's not.
Okay. Auntie Gwenny, as a senior citizen now retired, but you're still doing some work, what do you think can be done to make your life easier as a senior citizen? What do you think the government can do to make your life easier? And I don't speak for anybody, we don't speak for the government, but I would like to hear your you know, what is it that you think can be done?
I think the government should raise our pension.
Pension?
Yes,
Yes,
because
yes.
33,000 cannot afford a pensioner if a pension is paying a rent. What will they eat?
I agree.
It's every month, it's not every week. It's every month. So if they could raise the pension, pensioners will be happy.
Okay, great. You know what? I'm sitting here with you, and I can already smell that black cake in the oven. The aromas, it's right raising.
Yes,
and I can't wait. I
too.
cannot wait for this to for this to finish. It really does. It smells really good. And I can tell. I'm not getting the rum centers yet. You know, Auntie Gwen, I'm a Muslim. I really don't consume alcohol like I
you're a
used to
Muslim
before.
now.
Yes.
Okay.
But what happened is that. But a little bit, just like the cough syrup and all of that wouldn't hurt. So I can't wait to taste this.
Cake.
To taste this cake with you. Let me ask you though. Let's look at it from your. As I said, I'm a Muslim now, right? And you're a Christian, are you?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. From your Christian perspective, what do you think about when you think about Christmas and all of this? What do you think of as a Christian? You know, how do you fit God in all of this?
As a Christian.
Or even as not as a Christian, but just as you are, as a person that prays and all of that.
Oh, I see. If you didn't have Christ, you can have Christmas.
Right. So it's important.
It is important that you love Christ. When whatever you do, God must be the head.
Okay.
And whatever you do, because He will guide us, He will protect us from any danger seen or unseen. He's there with us.
Okay.
So that is it.
So and Ronoli, what do you feel about all of this in the spirit of the holidays and in spirituality and in God and all this? How do you feel about it?
Since I've grown up, Christmas, I recognize it that it is a big thing in my family. Really, this is the time that, everybody wants to do everything sharp. They start clean up. So me coming up, it's there with me. The whole experience is there, and it's all about exposing the kids them to the same experience. I think Christmas time is one of the times when that everybody would be so happy, with each other. I don't think people is get vexed Christmas time.
I know.
Like I said, it's Christmas.
Yeah.
The word speaks for itself. So, yes, and it's also a Guyanese thing also.
All right. So here's what we'll do. We're gonna go check that. We're gonna go check on that cake just now. So the black cake is out there, Auntie Gwenny, and this is the smallest pan, and it looks amazing. It smells great, and perhaps we should have a taste, and let's see how the taste is, because the taste is what will ultimately determine how well we did this. So let me get a little piece out of this here so we can taste it. This reminds me of like a wedding cake if I'm cutting a wedding cake, so I should be getting married. So it's very hot.
Hot.
Yes, so I'm gonna try to
Cut it in small pieces.
yeah. So let us try a little piece.
Just a little piece. I eat too much of this. Tastes good. Tastes perfect.
This is
When
amazing.
this soak, it tastes lovely.
What I like about this is that is you can taste the fruits,
Fruits, everything.
the freshness of the fruits. That orange peel, you can actually taste the orange peel in the in the cake, and also that the flavor of the essence
And spice.
and the spice. Yeah, the cinnamon is there. There's something that this cake has that that really makes it amazing, and I think it's the love that you made the cake with. It really does add for a special. But honestly, it is amazing. I know you put some rum in it earlier.
Yes.
But I really can't taste it. The rum is not really heavy. What I would have done is really add some real flavor. The texture of this cake is really good. I think it was it was amazingly done by you and your son, and traditional way of making black cake.
Black cake.
Yeah, because I just wanted people to see this culture. The traditional way of making black cake. It's a good thing we had your son to do the mixing, because you got to put some muscles into it. But again, I want to thank you so much for this opportunity to be here with you today. We want to wish you a Merry Christmas, and on behalf of Guyana Television Network and all of us here, we have something that we want to share with you, a little token of appreciation, and you and your grandchildren, we would like to give you something. Auntie Gwenny, we want to thank you so much for having us today and to doing this black cake with us. I know you're here and you got two grandchildren here with you. So as a token of appreciation from us at Guyana Television Network, we'd like to give you a little gift, as I said, a token of appreciation from us. I'm going to ask Angelica, who is our tourism moderator, to present this gift to you. Angelica.
Thank you.
And happy holidays.
Happy holiday. Thank you.
And then we've got Malachi. Malachi, come please.
Thank you. Please be quiet.
And we have another gift for Adele, who is Renoli's daughter also. So, you know, to the Bourne family that is here, we want to wish you a happy holidays. And we hope that you, I know, as your son said, Christmas is always a big thing for this family. I've been around the family
You know.
before, so I know Christmas is a big
Big
thing.
thing.
And I wish you guys the best and happy holidays from everyone. Is there? I know you have a daughter who might be watching this program in New York.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to say to her and all your families?
Oh gosh. I want to say to Sharon. Happy holiday, Sharon. It is so nice having a cashier with me. And I'm doing some black cake for them. I hope it come out to the best. Happy holiday.
All right. So to everyone joining us and watching, wherever you are across the world, I know this family is a huge family. So wherever you are watching us from across the world, you know, Auntie Gwenny has always been a favorite of ours in this family, and we thank you for joining us. Have a happy holidays and Merry Christmas, everybody.